Greg, was there much of a crosswind today? It looked like it wasn't the easiest maybe wind to kick in.
It didn't feel like too much out there. The first field goal set, it felt like it was a little in our face, and the second set a little at our back. And then for the team situation kick, it didn't feel like there was much at all.
You just feel like you're in a really good groove right now.
Yes, sir. Taking one at a time, making sure I see each ball I kick, and going from there. Keeping it as simple as that.
This might be a dumb question, but how different is it kicking on the practice field versus what it'll be Saturday night in the stadium?
Good question. I'll get back to you after Saturday.
Have you done any kicking in Lambeau?
Not since I've obviously played there the last 3 years, but no, not since I've been here.
I realize it's August 1st, so there's ways to go here, but what does it feel like to be in a groove that you're in right now?
Feels good. Like I said, I don't look at stats. I don't look at yesterday. I'm not looking at tomorrow. Look at today, and literally seeing my foot through each and every ball one at a time, like singularly, and that's it.
So 7 for 7 in the day. I think you've made 13 in the last 2 days. None of these numbers mean anything to you?
Nope. Because I don't look at it as 7 for 7. It's 1 for 1. Times by 7 in my head. So, keeping that mindset, and then obviously trying to stay in that groove, and then taking that mindset to preseason.
Greg, has that always been your approach, or is that something you learned from experience that you can't worry about?
Good question.
Those numbers and whatnot?
Good questions. I think I think it's real easy to get mixed up in all that. So I think it's something that I had heard from vets and gotten advice from vets, but it's one thing to know it and another thing to truly trust it and input it. So I'd be lying if I said as soon as I heard of it, I was straight into it. It definitely took some maturing, some learning, and trust in my ability.
Is it the same thing with a miss too? Like you can't hit if you miss 2 in a row.
Ball's gone.
Right,
So miss one in a row, miss 2 in a row, ball's gone. On to the next one. The next kick is the most important kick.
So probably a dumb question here too, but you made a 61-yarder to actually win a football game once.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So does a 58-yarder on the practice field do anything for you?
I didn't even know we were that far back, to be honest, because I'm just like, and I'm not trying to sound any type of way, just my mindset is just locked in that wherever they put the ball down, that's, I get my line, I get my ending point, and I put my foot through the ball, the same as if it was a PAT or the same if it was a 65-yarder.
So you don't have to give it any extra, like you're using the same stroke?
Yes, sir. I think once you get back to that point and you need to give a little extra, of course you can, but then there's a little bit of room for error goes up. So, there's some days where I know I'm back there, and you could put a little extra in, but right now I'm just trying to see my foot through each ball, happy with that stroke, and I know that if I hit my ball, it'll be good from a PAT or that 58 like today. My mindset is wherever they put the ball down, that's where I'm gonna hit it from.
Was there a coach that instilled that mindset in you, or did you kind of teach yourself?
An old mentor of mine, an old coach. He put some years in the league and did really well in the CFL. Justin Medlock. I would be nowhere near where I am without him. And I've had a plethora of coaches that helped me, but he really instilled that in me. And I still keep in touch with him to this day. And he sees kicking differently than most people that I talk to. And I've had some amazing coaches like Tony Pajaya, Dan Orner, Jamie Cole, etc. The list goes on. It's including my time at FAU, but he sees it differently, and I really appreciate his mindset, and it's really advanced. And like I said, it took me a while to understand it, but I wouldn't be anywhere here, near where I am without him, for sure.
So you're quote unquote competing against a young guy second year in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to be a coach or a mentor to him as well while focusing on yourself, or is it just staying in your own lane?
Stay in my own lane. If he asks me questions, I'm not gonna say no or ignore him. I'll definitely answer. And the group gets along really well. We all talk. We all have fun. We all help each other. And in my meeting when I was getting to know Byron, he asked what are my goals? And my goal was to learn something for everyone and to help someone learn something. So I'm here to teach. Here to definitely be a resource and use them as resources as well, and just get better each and every day. And whether that's alone individually or with the group, it's all for the better, and I just want to help the team win.
Is it harder to ignore a kicking battle or to ignore the daily numbers?
Neither. I just got into the rhythm where it's literally, I know it sounds easy to say me versus me, but I believe that if I kick to the level I'm capable of, it's me versus me, and I'm going to, put my best foot forward and make as many kicks as I can, and the rest will take care of itself.
So going back to the mentality.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mason here for a really long time, and we talked about the mental approach with him a bunch.
Yep.
How much of kicking success is up there?
75%, I'd say. I think that's what separates, really good collegiate kickers from NFL kickers. All of us, a lot of us can kick the ball far. But I think that mental edge, that mental approach is massive, and it's the difference between a great kicker, and great kicker, elite kicker.
when Anders is kicking, I think it could be natural to see how your competition's doing.
Yeah.
Are you watching? Are you
Nope.
going through
I go through my steps, my cues, my process that took time to cultivate and make sure works for me, and I'm going through that. And if you happen to hear say good job or I don't care, block it out. All I'm focused on is seeing my foot through that next ball.
What has it been like having Bisaccia as your coach?
Learned a lot from him. Obviously when you have a guy that's been in the league that long, I've had teammates that have played for him, and it's all the feedback is the same. Great guy, cares about you as a guy. Can be hard on you, but definitely wants the best for you and is willing to push you that extra mile. I have nothing bad to say. He's respected me as a vet, and I've only learned from him. Got to pick his brain a little bit, and it's cool to see because he has a plethora of experience. 3 times as long, 4 times as long as I've been in the league. So I'd be silly not to pick his brain and learn every single thing and soak up every single thing I can from him.
What'd you take away if you had a chance to meet with the officiating crew when they were here?
Mm-hmm.
We talked to them. And
Uh-huh.
Did you learn anything maybe you didn't know about?
It was more procedural.
Okay.
They answered really good questions on how it's going to go. What happens. We didn't even think of this part. What happens before the whistle, when the whistle's going to go, etc. So it's more procedural, and then they filled in the holes on kind of the stuff that we thought we knew, but much more clear picture. So they did a great job coming in here and making it easier for us on the kickoff perspective.
What kind of adjustment is that going to be
The kicks itself will obviously be different, but as far as from when the ref hands you the ball to the whistle, I don't think it'll be much different at all. It seems pretty, they hand you the ball, they wait till everyone's ready, blow the whistle. So similar type deal. Because even though we didn't have to wait for players, remember we had to wait for the ref that was next to us to get off the sideline, then the ref all the way down blows the whistle. So pretty much same timing, but we'll see in preseason for sure.
What's like competing for a job while also knowing you're going to be adjusting to that? And is that kind of...
No, we're all learning on the fly, and I'm just focus on that, focus on getting as good as I can, on what we want to do with kickoff to help this team, and that's it, period.
Looking forward to Saturday, though?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. No, just another practice, hit a couple more balls, and obviously it'll be cool to be in, a special place like Lambeau for the first time kicking, for the Packers in Lambeau. But yeah, excited for it. I'm excited to see everyone talks about it, and I know it's going to be a sold-out crowd. My wife's going to get to come up for the first time, so I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Greg, one more thing on the kicking,
Mm-hmm.
on the kickoff.
Sir?
I don't know if you're practicing tackling, but there's a lot of talk about how kickers might be doing more tackling than ever before. Is that a part of the conversation and thought process?
Definitely, we've talked about it. We want to create those angles to help our guys, to either help the guys cut back, to give our guys a chance, or, get them to the sideline. But yeah, definitely we're going to be more involved, and but it starts with the kick. We're focused on the kick, because if we do our job, we're not going to hopefully have to tackle as much. Whereas if you don't do your job, then yes, you can be, obviously leave the team out to dry, and then yourself is hung out to dry. So not an ideal thing, but that's why I focus on the kick first, go from there. But yeah, I'll put my body on the line for the team any day of the week. Just like I said, I want to help the team win in any way possible.
Have you ever tackled a guy in a game?
A lot of force outs. I don't think I've had a one-on-one tackle, take him to the ground, but I try to get him to the sideline and push him out. It's my specialty.
No open field tackle.
No open field tackles. Didn't have that background. Working at it, of course, it's easy to go there and practice and slow-mo the angles, but what these guys do and make look easy, it's unbelievable. I played soccer my whole life growing up. I could envision myself slide tackling them, but football form tackling, like Nixon when he's running 21, 22 miles an hour, not easy. So definitely, like I said, working at it. But yeah, if we can get him to the sideline, that's a good thing, or get him to our help. Or alleviate it all with a good kick, and then the cover team does their job and everyone does their 111.
It's more scary to make a make a tackle on one of these dudes, or to line up for a winning.
It all happens so fast but hopefully, love to be in the position for winning field goals. Would not love to be in the position to tackle. Like I said, it starts with the kick. So doing my job helps gets rid of that completely.
Have you joked with Keyshawn about what happened here a couple years ago on his?
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't know if it was too soon to.
No, it's part of the game. I'm really proud before that. I was really proud that high school, college, and NFL never had one taken back on me. That was my first and only one. And so then we talked about it, of course, and we talked about it after that game and stuff. But yeah, I even had the chance to make a tackle. I tried. He stiff-armed me, but yeah, it's all in good fun because now we're on the same team. So like the first day we were here, we talked about it, and he was like, "Hey man, glad to have you on this side." And I said, "Glad to be here." So definitely looking forward to learning from him and his perspective, and vice versa. Giving him some kicks that he might see or might not see this year, and but yeah, that one wasn't a fun moment at the time, but it's sports. It happens. You know, if you now, I guess I can say I've officially been playing long enough because I had one taken back on me, and to hopefully no more in the future.